What's up, summoners? King Blair here. Today we're going to be talking about how you should be spending your gemstones and what to do with them at all different points to the game. Because as you know, gemstones are a very hard resource to come by, and if you're a free-to-play player, you have to use these like they are like a super limited resource that you have to use smartly. And if you like the video, make sure to like and subscribe. Join the Discord, talk to me about anything. I'll try to help you all with any builds and talk to each other. But without further ado, let's just get right into it. So, as you guys know, in this game, they have a very well-made, streamlined phases of the game, where it's early game, mid to late, and then you have the late game. Which, honestly, if I should want to call it late game, it's honestly the grind fest. And through all these stages of the games, your usage of Skystones will change dramatically. And there's other things I also wanted to know. So even if you're a beginner and I cover the beginner, there's stuff you might want to know because you might feel like you will like this method more than one of the other methods. And you should know everything you can do with your Skystones. So that's what we're going to talk about. And we're going to be starting with beginner. So for beginners, if y'all didn't know, you can get around like Endgame, like max, probably around like 75 gems free, pretty much, that you can get almost every single day, as long as you're just basically just playing the game. So make sure you're getting at least your 75 gems, not including the arena gems, but the gems that I'm talking about. And this is for late game players too. It's a lot more than you guys realize. You get 5 gems for logging in, 15 gems for competing in arena, and then 30 gems for completing everything. So make sure you're doing that. Easy ways to get gems, but that's not here. We're talking about how to get gems. But as you guys know, that's like 100, and then plus the weekly, that's like you're getting around 1,500 a week if you're challenger about, which is a lot. If you're grinding it out, if you're grinding everything, and you're doing a lot of different things, probably more like closer to 1,000. So they are very limited. So for beginners, now let's get to you guys. I got sidetracked for a second. But beginner players, at this point of the game, the only thing you basically have done is clear 10-10. And I'm going to be honest with y'all, your hero pool is going to be minuscule. Your hero pool is non-existent. And you guys at this point, energy, which becomes a very, very valuable resource later on. I'm wasting energy right now because I didn't use it. But energy right now for you guys, for beginners, y'all are probably going through energy like if it was like candy, because you guys get so much energy early game from clearing quests. Everything's super cheap early on. You're not clearing any heavy energy-based content. So right now for you, energy is not a problem. Your problem that you're having right now is you don't have any heroes and you don't have gold. Because gold, for you guys, there's not a lot of ways for beginner players to farm gold. So gold, even though they throw a lot at you, it's still not enough. And gold is very valuable, which is why at this point of the game, the one thing that I actually would suggest, and a lot of people are going to disagree with me. I already know people are going to be like, no, don't do that. That's stupid. Honestly, y'all, you should be getting these Covenant Bookmark Bundle. I know. You're probably like, what are you talking about? Why should I be getting this Covenant Bookmark Bundle? So, as I mentioned, as an early game player, you have a ton of energy, but you have 0 heroes built. You can't clear any content. You can clear some, but not a lot. You know, you barely only got your initial thing. This is okay to get as an early game player because you need heroes. And it's okay to pull from the Covenant banner. People will tell you to save for banners. And yes, while you should have some storage-based system, especially right now for GG Collab, you want to just get as many Covenant summons as you can. But you don't want to screw yourself over later on in the game by wasting all your gold, because that's going to put you in a really bad spot, because sometimes heroes are not going to get you out of certain situations. But early game, for sure, this, amazing. You just need summons. You literally just need to be able to build heroes. And the stigma, what's nice about the stigma is it's good for 3-star units, but also something I do now, I like barely farm my heroes anymore. Like for XP, I have so much stigma that I basically have an unlimited amount of penguins and Phantasme. But for you guys, that's not as common. So having that to be able to do a couple of penguins is really, really good because it lets you build your units faster. So for you guys, that pack, you guys get a lot. So beginner players, your gems, you want to make sure you're getting the bundle. Don't just get the... I know, I was there and I really wanted to get those small, just use the 100 for like, one last summon. No, say control your angst to summon and just get the package. 50 gems is a lot. As we said, it's 1 day of playing. If you really want to get down to it, it's 1 day of playing and doing nothing else. This is how many gems you're gonna get in a day. So this really, really good for beginner players. All right. So for mid to late game players, so at this point in the game, you're probably around level 50. You're building a lot of units. You have the units that you know. You have in your mind what unit. So what you should, of course, this is something that in the progression video I talked to you guys about. What you should have in your mind is what hero you are going to do for Wyvern and for all the hunts, and what you're going to be using for Labyrinth. Because right now, you know, you guys gotta start clearing this content. You gotta be able to get to this point. So biggest things for you guys for mid to late game players. At this point, energy's not coming as cheap, but you still have a lot of energy. You probably still have a lot of leaves saved up. Money is like non-existent. Like you're literally burning through gold. Like if it was like tissues and you have a flu. You know, you're just burning through gold like nothing. So mid to late game players, your gold is gonna be hurting a lot. And your gems, your source of income of gems is also gonna be going down. You don't have as many content to clear. At this point in the game, one of the most important things you do with your gems is to save them. And I know that sounds weird because I'm telling you how to spend your gems, but mid to late game players, you should be saving your gems. Why do I say that? Why am I telling you? At the beginners, I just told, yeah, throw all those gems until you get a bunch of heroes. But why do mid-game players, why am I telling you guys to save gems? So at this point in the game, when you're a mid to late game player, you have the units in your roster that you know can clear the content. You know that you have a Karen, or you have like a Sigret. Maybe you got lucky. You pulled a Sigret, and now you have a Wyvern 11/Wyvern 13 in mind. You know you have that. You just need to build it. And you using your gems to try to pull for more heroes is not going to help you. And this is a big problem that I've seen, and for me too, because just very recently I was finally able to actually start building units. But it took a long time, and I felt this is where I wish someone had told me this, because I wasted so many resources on units I didn't need, and my equipment was going to all these different types of units, and I got frustrated because I was like, I have all these units, y'all. Like right now, it's a lot smaller. You know, there's still a lot of units I want to build. But I had like this many units and none of these 6-star units. I had like 5, 6, 5 stars, 4, 3, like 4 4-stars I wanted to build. And I just got to a point where I got very frustrated with myself because I still wasn't able to clear content. And I wanted to build all these heroes. And I was wasting gems where I could have been getting other things. So, mid game players, you just need to focus on building the units you have. Stop pulling. Only pull for banners, for heroes that are good and that will help you progress. Because there are a lot of filler banners. And there are a lot of like not so great heroes. And I might be honest with y'all, I fell into this trap and I got a lot of heroes that honestly I didn't need. And I have not built since then. And it's like I wasted those Skystones. So I know I'm going to keep stressing this point because a lot of people, I know y'all are there. Like a lot of people that watch my videos, y'all are in this area. You guys are primarily in the mid to late game stage. Until you can clear Wyvern B11 or Wyvern, at least Wyvern 11. If not Wyvern 13, at least Wyvern 11 and Banshee 11 and Golem 11. If you can't clear that, save your Skystones. Don't try summoning. Just make sure you have, you should already have the units you need. You don't need to be just wasting Skystones. And you're gonna hate yourself because you're probably not as high in arena. You're probably master, so you're not getting a lot of gems, plus the daily ones, so you don't have that many resources. And then something like the collab comes around, and you guys are completely dry. And then you guys get frustrated because you're like, oh, Dizzy could have helped me so much. I could have finished my Wyvern team, but because y'all chose to spend those gems, you don't have them. So yes, I know it's frustrating, but trust me, save those gems. Save the gems. You will need them in late game, which I'm going to talk to you now. So now we are at the late game. Late game is when you can clear most of the PvE content. I'm not going to say all because Abyss is not something you're going to clear. Like I'm doing great in Arena and all different content, but I still can't clear Abyss 100, which is like, you know, that's me not having the right units and not building them right. But, you know, I'm late game. This is considered late game. I can clear most of the hunts 13. I haven't for Wyvern for sure, Banshee for sure. I clear those. I can clear all the labyrinths. I can clear Ottoman Tower. I can clear everything, you know? That's when you're at late game. That means you already have units built that you needed. So you have your core built teams built. So you can start playing around. You can start messing around with units. And at this point in the game, one of the biggest strengths, this wasn't here before, but it is now, which is why I think this is very important. As a late game player, these bad boys are going to be spent in two ways, which is, I'm going to show you one of the ways, and I'm going to do, like, I'm going to try to do it quick, but it's going to take some time because it just happens that it takes some time. And then the second way. So way one, at this point in the game, in late game, energy is your least likely resource to have. I run out of energy like no tomorrow because I play a lot. And I know a lot of you guys have a lot of leaf store. I was like that, but then I started farming a lot of Wyvern B13. Y'all, I got a massive upgrade on my teams, but I got no more leaves. Y'all saw I only have 6 left. When the new patch came out with the hunts, I was at 400 leaves. Now I'm at 0. So energy, you will burn through that because you're able to auto these things. So energy is kind of a scarce resource. Gold, not so much. You know, you still need it to build your units, but all your core teams are built because you already should be getting close to clearing all the hunts, the latest stages. You should. Spirit Altar is like a joke. Side Story, that's a joke. Labyrinth, maybe a couple of hard ones here and there. So you basically already have all the units and all the equipment you need. Anything after this is for your own personal enjoyment of the game and for Arena. So at this point, gold should be something that you have a good amount of. But Skystones, you actually start getting a lot more because at this point, you should be getting at least 600 from being in Challenger. Everyone can make it to Challenger. That's my thought. There is no one person that can't make it to Challenger. If you can't make it to Challenger, it's because you probably can't clear Hunt 13, and that means you need to get back to farming teams. So that's the whole progression of the game. But you should be able to get a 600, which means every week you're getting around 12k Skystones. 12k Skystones, if you guys didn't know, I hate that this is one of the only games where the conversion rate is so bad. But the one thing that you're going to be using your Skystones the most for, and what I use my Skystones the most for, is energy. I use Skystones for energy way too much. But let's do some math. Because right now, you have all the units, most of them. You have most of your core teams, so you're only doing things for Arena. So you just need more equipment, you know, get better rolls, RNG. So this 30 gems gets you 60 energy, which is not a lot. I'm going to be honest with y'all. It's not a lot. But when you start thinking about the conversion rate, so Hunt 13 takes about 23 energy, I believe. So let's go to the Hunt. I'm pretty sure it takes 23 energy, but I'm just going to double check because I feel that sometimes I mess up. Yeah, 22. So a Hunt takes 22. Unless you have a really amazing team, it's going to take you quite some time, you know, 3-4 minutes per run. That's like, I would say that's pretty good. If you're taking my team, I think takes about 4 minutes per Hunt stage and like 8 minutes for Banshee. So that gives you 3 runs of Hunt stage 13. 3 hunts. In 1 week, you're getting 1,200 Skystones. So that if you do the conversion rate, 30 Skystones gives you 60 energy. That means it gives you about 3 runs. We're going to do that to make the math easier. 120, that is 40 refreshes. So it's 120 runs every week of any of the Wyvern stages. 120, that's about 1,300 claws. So that's about how much I have right now. That's about how much you'd be getting. That's about like 20 pieces of equipment crafted. Plus, you're probably at least going to get 100 of these. You could get lucky, and I've gotten lucky, which is why I have so many saved up. And you could get the 50, and in those 120 runs, once a week at least, you should be getting one thing to max out one equipment to level 90. That's insane. That's really good, y'all. I can't stress to you guys how good that is and how worth it is. But at this point, you're probably wondering to yourself, okay, you're saying to use it for energy, but it's not the only thing I'm using it in. And I'm going to tell you, no. But at this point, do not, and I tell you, do not buy this pack if you want to summon. Do not buy the bookmark bundle. You are able to clear all these stages. You're getting 40k gold per Wyvern run if you have like a gold boost from your guild. And if you have the boost from like, if you're a dolphin and you get the monthly pack for $7, you're getting like 45, 50k gold per run. So that means that it's like you're getting a lot of gold. You do not need the gold, you know. And this is so bad. That's like you're wasting for 10 summons. You're wasting essentially an upgraded piece of equipment now. So do not get this anymore. What you need to do, and what I'm going to show you guys, this is the way that I get my summons now, because it is the smallest amount of gems for the most amount of summons. Granted, sometimes you get unlucky and it's not, but statistically, if you do this millions of times, you're going to be saving a lot more gems. So I'll just do 100 gems to show you guys. 100 gems is about one summon. And let's see if we get, we probably, knowing my luck, I won't get anything today. But you know, oh, there we go. Boom. I spent what, 6 Skystones? And look, I already have one summon, right? That was less than 100. I started like, what, 719? So let's go down to 619. So that's already one summon, right? That's already, you already would have spent 100 gems at this point. So we're already on the plus side. We're already plussing at this point. Look at that. Mystic medals. Are you going to get this from buying a bundle? No, I don't think so. You're not going to get this from buying a bundle, y'all. You're just not. And some mystic summons are way better than the regular covenant summons. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Mystic summons, low-key broken. You know the most broken units in this game? The only one hasn't been on that mystic summon rotation has been like Arbiter Vildred. And I'm pretty sure he's gonna be the next one. So boom, look at that. We got 50 things. We're not even down to what we would have spent for a single summon with gems. Like, yes, this is a little bit luckier than normal, but as I told you, if you do this over and over again, you're eventually going to start plussing. The other thing is you get a chance of getting a really good piece of equipment. We probably won't see that today, but like I do this like once a week, and I will spend like 200 crystals doing this at least once a week, you know, because I still want to keep up my summoning stones. But there's times where like one of the best health gears I actually got from the shop, not from crafting, which is kind of ironic that you can actually get something so good. We're going to burn it through just so you guys can see. Some of these equipment you actually could get, especially earlier on, that could round out some of your units. So that's the other thing. There's a whole guide on this, but let's look at this one. This, honestly, I might buy it. Yes, it's blue, but it has decent substats. I'm going to get it, but think about it. Some of y'all, this is really good. This is like pretty broken. I'm not gonna lie with y'all. Look at that. And I don't know, I get lucky on gear sometimes, and you're gonna get it eventually. I know a lot of people complain that they don't get the right gear, they don't get the right things. But yeah, look at this. Like, we're not even down to the 100, and we already got 3 things that are really good. Yes, you see gold hurts a little bit, but because you're farming so much hunts, like that's mostly what you're doing is farming hunts. You have plenty of gold from those hunts. So we said 119, so around 619, I'm going to stop. So we get one more refresh. Probably won't get anything. Oh, there we go. So we didn't get anything, but look, from 100 gems, we got an extra summon that we normally wouldn't have had. We got a good piece of equipment that would have taken millions of hunts to probably get something like that. Or reforging, which takes up a lot of resources as well. For the price, for just 100 Skystones. Imagine if I did this over, like I've done this before, and there are a lot of videos showing all the things you can get. And it's just the best way to spend your gems. Last but not least, I should mention Hoji shop, scam. Y'all saw that. I spent 100 and I got this. This is 200 for not really that much. And this one, bro, straight scam. I have never got any. I did this 2 times and I regret doing that. And that's why I'm telling y'all, don't do this. The Molagora, honestly, that's a y'all choice. I wouldn't do it. I think it's kind of high. This, no, 400 gems, just wait a week. Like, it's you getting that piece of equipment that probably has wrong substats worth 400 gems. No, that's, as we mentioned, that's a bunch of refreshes on the hunts, and that's a bunch of stuff you could be getting. So gold, never spend for gold. That's a way, like for 280 gems, you could just hunt, like farm hunt, and you get the same amount. So Hoji shop, scam shop. But that is all I have for you guys today. I hope this video was informative. I hope y'all are using your Skystones in a smart manner. Do not get sucked into all these things. If you're using your smartly, you are going to do a lot better in the game. So, in recap, early game players, get these. It makes sense. You need heroes. Mid-game players, don't use these. Not worth your time. Late game players, refreshes and refreshes and refresh shop. That's it. And refresh shop is the most effective gem usage. It's not the most effective gold usage. So that's why I only recommend it to late game players. But that was the video summed up in 1 minute. I will post the timestamp for the people that don't want to watch the whole video. But yeah, that is all I have for you guys today. I will see you all next time. Peace.